What's up, everybody? How's it going, everybody? Happy Thursday, y'all. Welcome back to Boxem Office Hours. I'm just popping on the live here, answer any questions you guys have about selling on Amazon. I've been doing a lot of the streams lately. Good to talk to a bunch of you guys. I know a lot of us are kind of locking in for kind of the new year here. So excited to hop back on and chop it up with you guys today. A lot of you guys on stream yesterday. So yeah, let's keep that energy going. And yeah, good to see everybody. If you guys are watching on the replay on YouTube, Facebook, something like that, there we have an awesome free course. I just made a 5-hour long free course on YouTube. So if you're looking for just like an easy starting point in terms of how to source products and get ungated and like all the basic stuff to sell that first 10 to 20,000 bucks, just look up Fields of Profit free course on YouTube. Just look at the most recent videos I posted on the YouTube channel. There got a bunch of fun stuff in the works for you guys there. And yeah, let me know what questions you guys have, what we're running into here in the new year, building out our Amazon businesses, all that kind of stuff. Absolutely, yeah. I've been seeing a lot of questions on like what to actually source in the new year as well. So I also just posted a video on YouTube about auto ungated sourcing because that's pretty much like the easiest place to start. I know a lot of people are either getting back into Amazon after taking a break because we kind of saw the end of 2025. The opportunity was a ton of people I know. My store is more profitable than it has been in a while. Seems like not a crazy amount of competition at the moment. So a lot of people kind of coming back, locking in on selling on Amazon, that kind of stuff. So that said, I made an awesome video kind of breaking down how to source some stuff that's automatically approved as well. And yeah, let me know who's gonna be first in the stream today. What's up, Mama? You said. How much money does it require for startup? Just like $1,000 to $2,000. We'll get you going. I mean, you only need like $90 a month for the software that you need. So that's SellerAmp, Keepa, Boxem, and then the rest of the money is just going to go towards inventory. Obviously, right? You got to have money to buy inventory and sell inventory, that kind of thing. But yeah, you don't need like a crazy amount. And honestly, you shouldn't start. Like I'll talk to a lot of people who have like $50,000 to start a business or something like that, which is great. To keep doing what you were doing if you got 50,000 bucks saved away. But honestly, if you have like a ton of money to start, I wouldn't spend it all at the start because it's natural. You're going to make some of those early beginner mistakes. Like things will start just clicking as you go. And you don't want to make a bunch of really expensive mistakes. Just kind of learn as cheaply as possible, right? So just buying 5 units from local retail stores, stuff like this. I was showing this as an example if you guys want to see like just like one random example, right? This is at like a local retail store. See the clearance sticker back there. I got it for like $12. I don't know if it's going to focus, but $12 right there. And it was going for like $30-ish during the holidays, right? So if you just want to like test the super basics, literally you just go to like a retail store and scan some stuff. You can buy 1 unit, see how it does for you. That way you're not spending $10,000 on something you hope is going to sell. You just like test the basics and stuff. Let's see, what's the name of the software? Yeah, so SellerAmp, Keepa, and Boxem for running your Amazon business, basically. I'm reading all the questions, fellas. I can only answer one question at once. I promise I'm reading questions. Let's see. How much do you take home? Yeah, so I look for 10% true net margin after everything. You want to be closer to like 20% gross margin. My margins are a little bit lower than some people just because I outsource literally anything I possibly can, so that I have like a true business that is operating as much on its own as possible. Right, that's kind of my goal. Other people want to work really hard and have really high margins, and that's kind of the trade-off there. Absolutely. Yeah, I just answered that question, man. Let's see. Yeah, 10%. Let's see. How do you get ungated selling grocery? Anything that is like, let's say you want to sell, grocery products on Amazon, right? So go to like Target or Walmart or Vitacost, anything that is like a legit place to buy inventory, and just submit that as your receipt. I mean, you asked a question, I answered it. You can either we can chop it up and talk shop, or you can head out, man. Have a good one though. Let's see. Good, bunch of good questions here. What's up, Carlos? I've been watching for a while. It helped a bunch. Appreciate it, Carlos. Glad it's been helping for you. Let's see. You found a pretty good product today. Offer count recently went up from 10 to 20. Buy box looks steady. What do you think? Yeah. So some products, like if the competition's increasing, I just want to see like last time there was that many sellers on a listing. So I can see like last time, let's say a year ago, there was 20 sellers on the listing. The price was $50. And then recently there's been 10 sellers and the price was also $50, right? There's probably like a reason. They're like that price is probably going to head down soon. Um, on the flip side, if you see like, all right, last time there was 20 sellers, it was still profitable. This time there's 20 sellers, it's profitable for me. Like you can be kind of going off that basically. Let's see. I thought you need an invoice to get ungated. Yeah, a receipt is an invoice. You don't need to get like super hung up on like what they're calling it, basically receipt, invoice, that kind of thing. For sure. How do you start with a small amount? So like when I started, I had like $1,000 from high school. I had like $1,500. So I was buying like used books and VCR players and like going to retail stores, like trying to buy stuff as cheaply as possible to like stretch that money as far as I possibly could, basically. For sure. Should you be going heavy on Valentine's Day items right now? Now's a decent time to start looking into those at the very least, Carlos. Yeah, if you go to like conversation hearts and like I was looking at like some fun dip, like stuff that people pass out at class and that kind of thing, that where the price goes crazy every Valentine's Day. Now is the time if you are going to FBA that to start sourcing that now. Otherwise, if you want to FBM it, you can. I would maybe wait a few weeks, start seeing what Valentine's Day products are gonna like go crazy, basically. What up, Revelations? How you doing, man? Nope, just getting going. Probably a couple minutes ago we got started here. Let's see. Where do you store the products? Most of the products are going to be, at least the way I do it, are going to be at Amazon FBA. So like, here's like this product, right? Found it on sale. I'm going to buy this and I'm going to ship it into the Amazon warehouse. And then when a customer goes on Amazon and buys it, it's going to be shipped to the customer for me. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I sell a bunch of name brand stuff, Ruben. So I'm just basically buying stuff from big websites and reselling that on Amazon. What's profit? Yeah, we already talked about that, but like 10 to 20% gross margin for most sellers, or 20% gross margin is where you want to be, and then anywhere from 10 to 20% net, depending on like how much of the business you're outsourcing. If you hire out a bunch of people to do most of the work, you're probably be closer to 10. And that's what I like to do is outsource a ton of the work so I can just have more time to do other stuff. Let's see. Do you have a seller's account first? Yeah, you have to have an Amazon seller account for sure. Yeah, so you can just go to like sell.amazon.com. And that's where you like sign up to sell on Amazon. And then in terms of like getting started, like just trying to understand the basics, I made a YouTube video that's literally 5 hours long. It shows you how to source products, get ungated, like what to buy, what products to avoid, how to use AI to source in your business. If you just look up Fields of Profit free course on YouTube, that'd be like a good way to go about it there. Let's see, would you buy on clearance after the holiday and hold till next year? Some people do that. I'm not a huge fan of doing that just because like you're tying up your capital for a year. So the only way that would make sense is if you can buy like super cheap holiday stuff and you're like almost positive it's going to be like a 200 or 300% return on investment. Otherwise, you're better off like buying a 35% ROI every month, and then the next month it sells, right? So you get to turn your money over 6 times rather than buying one holiday thing and waiting until next year. So that's like the cash flow decision to think about. I would say if you have like a ton of money, then sure, you can go for it. But most of us are trying to like stretch our money as far as possible. So it makes more sense to just like keep reinvesting and making like lower profit, consistent flips rather than like selling things once a year. For sure. When did you cut the hair? Like a few months ago. I got a haircut today though, a little shorter. Let's see. Have you tried wholesale? Yeah, I do like a little bit of wholesale, but online arbitrage is just a lot more fun for me. Just buying from websites, that kind of thing. Run the business that you want to run, right? Like I don't really enjoy running a wholesale business, so I like scaling online arbitrage business. There's people who would disagree with me, and I like that. I like that there's a ton of different ways to make money online right now. That's the main thing is like, it is legitimately, I don't care what you do. If you like selling on Amazon, great. If you don't, whatever you do, take advantage of the fact that it has never been easier for like random everyday people to make money, right? You always had to like buy a shop and like have money to start a business. Like if you have $100 and a laptop, like you can start a business now. So like take advantage of that. No matter what you do, like do something. You can't, don't fumble that. Let's see. Appreciate you, Gior. Appreciate you, man. Let's see. What's the difference between wholesale and arbitrage? Yeah, so wholesale is just buying from wholesalers, distributors, the brands directly, that kind of thing. Arbitrage is when you buy from big retailers. So it's pretty similar, just like change. It just depends on who you're sourcing from. Typically, arbitrage is higher margin as well. Because what you'll find with arbitrage is the products you're buying are typically things where there's like a coupon or a sale or some kind of way that we're getting products usually cheaper than wholesale pricing. Yeah. So a lot of times it'll be like higher margin in arbitrage, but it's easier to spend like $100,000 at once in wholesale, obviously. Yeah. See, do you list your products on Boxem as soon as you find a profitable product? It's not a bad idea. That way, like you don't have to wait. Like Amazon makes you wait like 15 minutes from when you list it to when you can ship products in. So if you do that, it like helps you save that time later on. See, most people going into Amazon are from eBay or Mercari. Yeah, there's a lot of that for sure. Like people are just good at reselling in general. Kind of Amazon's like the big leagues of reselling, basically. For sure. Is January usually slower? Honestly, like the first week or two of January is usually pretty good. Um, yeah, it's pretty good just because like people are spending gift cards and that kind of thing. Usually like the slowest month of the year has been like March, like early spring, that kind of thing. But to be honest, like you can always just source for things that are more specifically like good in those months too. Yeah, and in general, like there's so much opportunity on Amazon. Like overall market factors, like let's say Amazon sells 5% less in March, which would probably be terrible for them than like a previous month. You're going to be growing faster than like a 5% drop of the entire market. Like when you're a small seller, really even big sellers are probably growing a lot faster than that. Let's see what websites. Yeah, so I'll buy stuff from Walgreens, Target, VitaCost, iHerb. I mean, Finish Line. Like if it's a popular website, I've probably bought products from there before. Mostly I'm going for things that are on sale, right? So like the super like high level way to source inventory, look for a big website. Take, for example, let's just use like Jockey Clothing, right? Let's say Jockey Clothing has a 30% off sale. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to an Amazon listing. I'm going to look for a Jockey 2-pack of t-shirts or something like that where other resellers are on it. I'm going to load up SellerAmp and I'm going to see, hey, all these people who already sell this brand that's on sale today, what are all the other products they've already successfully sourced? And that way on SellerAmp, I literally just see a list of brand products that are on sale, products that Amazon sellers are already selling, compare that to what's cheap today. And that's where you kind of get going basically. Let's see. What app to use to scan, tell you whether you should buy. Yeah, so that's SellerAmp, Gag. So you'll use SellerAmp to like storefront stalking is like the technical term for like the more like beginner friendly way to sell on Amazon. Let's see. Do you always buy the products first, or do you ever sell directly from the retailers? You can't. You have to buy the products first if you're buying from a retailer, unless you're working with a supplier that knows your drop shipping and is going to do it to Amazon standards. Drop shipping, like in the traditional sense, is not allowed on Amazon. There's a lot of people like get in trouble for it, that kind of thing. SellerAmp, yep, yeah. So SellerAmp for sourcing, and then the other software you'll need is Boxem. See somebody asking about like labels and that kind of stuff. So that's how you'll like make your shipments, prep your prep your products, track your analytics, and there's also an AI assistant on Boxem as well. Let's see, Freddie said, what prompts you use for the Boxem AI? Yeah, good segue there. So you can go into the Boxem AI. Like I like to say, like I keep seeing this brand in people's storefronts. Like, what are some websites I can source it at? Or, hey, I want to find this particular product. Like, what are some ways I can get some extra discounts on this product or this particular website? I have a video, actually a couple videos walking through like using AI for Amazon seller. If you just look up like Fields of Profit AI on YouTube, you'll probably see one of them. I think I made like 3 to 5 about using AI at this point. Let's see. Then you prep and send to Amazon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'll buy a product from, let's call it Walmart.com, ships to me or my prep center. I'll ship it into Amazon. And then when a customer goes on Amazon and clicks checkout, Amazon ships to the customer for me. Let's see. Have you had FBA inventory frozen before? No. I mean, the only way that would happen is if you got like banned on Amazon, if they're going to like freeze inventory and that kind of thing. For sure. Let's see. Can you upload a Best Buy invoice to get uploaded in video games? Yeah, Best Buy is a legit retailer, so that'll work for you. Let's see. Did you get a resale license or create an LLC before selling on Amazon? Personally, I did not do either of those things before I started. What I would say, and like the traditional advice, like if you're you broke, you got like not a significant personal assets, like that kind of thing, then I wouldn't worry about it. If you got like a house, family, that kind of thing, it's probably smart. I mean, it's in the name. It limits your liability. I was a broke college kid, so I didn't care. The resale permit makes a lot of sense though. That way, like when you go out to a retail store and you can show that to them, not pay sales tax, or like submit that on the website and that kind of thing. What up, Sadiq? How you doing, man? How much did you sell in December, Sadiq? I'm gonna bag check you real quick. How much did you sell in December? Let's see. Do you need a retail permit? You don't necessarily need one, but it can help you like save on sales tax. 800K between everything. That's crazy, man. That's awesome. I assume you're adding 1,000 on that. That'd be a generationally bad month for you. That's awesome, man. Yeah, and I know Sadiq, you've been doing it for like a few years. So Sadiq's been kind of hanging out in the community for a few years. You just did 800K in December selling on different marketplaces and stuff. Let's see. What do you sell? Anything that's profitable? Here's an example I've been like showing for stream today. Just like random toys, like whatever, right? This was something I just found it on clearance for like $12, and it goes for a lot more, basically. So you're just buying, discounted stuff from retail stores and slinging that back on Amazon, basically. Let's see. Ask it again, Wendy. For taxes, what form? Amazon will give you like the tax forms and stuff. Yeah, and if you guys are like confused on like the tax side of selling on Amazon, I have an interview on my channel like talking to an ecom like tax expert, basically. So someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Let's see. You have 1,100. You've had your store for 2 months now. Nice. So you've sold your first little bit there. Everything you search for is gated. Yeah, so that's like totally normal. Like if anyone could just walk onto Amazon and list whatever they wanted, like it would be terrible. Like there'd be counterfeit stuff. It would be awful. Luckily, you can get ungated just by submitting invoices from wherever you bought profitable stuff from. Sweet. You said you 3.5 years in. Yeah, I thought it was something like that, Sadiq. Put up your first 6-figure because of us. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Till the next Outback Steakhouse run or something like that. You understand? Sweet. Sounds good, Wendy. Let's see. Do you import from other countries? I have before. I don't do it consistently. For a while, I had like a wholesale product that we were importing from Australia, and that was pretty decent. But I don't import a ton of stuff. Just every now and then, like when something good pops up. It's also pretty much impossible to import a lot of things profitably. Past 2024, I used to buy a decent amount of stuff internationally, but obviously tariffs and stuff kind of shut down a lot of hurt a lot of people's margins, hurt a lot of businesses in general. Definitely saw that, but just had to source more stuff from the US. Let's see. Can you find ungated products? Yeah. So I mean, like what you'll end up doing is you end up getting ungated in 5 or 10 brands. And you'll end up building a lot of your store based on that. And then you'll always just kind of have random one-off opportunities. But if you want to see like how to find things that are automatically approved, like right now, I made a YouTube video that I posted like a couple hours ago. You can just look up Fields of Profit on YouTube. What's up, Silly? Said, how does packaging with Amazon work? You send a product to them, who prepares it, and how does shipping work? Yeah, so let's take this product, for example. I buy this product, right? I take this product and I ship it off to Amazon FBA. I'm going to use Boxem to do that so that I like have my analytics tracked and all that kind of stuff. When that shows up at Amazon, they're going to ship it out to the customer for me when it sells. Yeah. Let's see. Can it really take 10 plus submissions to get ungated and stuff? Yeah, sometimes that is normal. I would say like 5 or 10 times on average right now. A lot of it is just because like Amazon reps are just sitting there spamming decline, not actually wanting to do their job. Yeah, just as long as you're buying legit retailers, you just kind of keep it rolling. It's just kind of part of the game right now, unfortunately. Let's see. Do you need a UPS account to send the products to Amazon? No, you'll get like you get the discounted rates when you're buying just shipping through Amazon or buying the shipping on Boxem. You'll get the discounted rates there that we get through Amazon. Let's see. What do you need for the scanner? So SellerAmp is how you like scan products, and it's like $20 a month. Basically, like if $20 a month is too much for you, like you're probably not quite ready to run a business right now. Go hustle, go make some Uber Eats money. Work some extra shifts at the job. I totally get it. I was super broke at 1.2, but you got to spend money to make it. Let's see. What's the YouTube channel? Yeah, so just look up Fields of Profit on YouTube. If you guys, a lot of you guys on TikTok, if you want to see like, I'm always like screen sharing, sourcing products live, all that kind of stuff, for sure. Let's see. Can you ship multiple products in a large box? Yeah, you can. So you'll ship, like when you're doing FBA, you'll pretty much always end up shipping multiple things in a box. Yeah, you could. I mean, you can mix. Technically, there's a 100 item limit in terms of 100 different products in a box, which I've never ran into. I learned that as like a fun fact. Let's see, what's the best sourcing tool? SellerAmp. Yeah, you just use SellerAmp for sourcing. For sure. UPS hands out free labels. USPS for packing supplies. Yeah. Some of the USPS ones you just gotta like buy priority mail, so make sure you're not like accidentally doing mail fraud. But yeah, it's a good one to get some free stuff there. Absolutely. Sweet. Let me know. Keep the questions rolling here. Good vibes today. Appreciate you guys. What's the difference when you have premium shipping eligibility, not have to do FBM? Are you talking about like expedited shipping options? So like when you're FBM, you'll set a shipping template is what it's called. And that's basically going to say like, based on an order, if it's in all these states, this is how fast I can get it to the customer and so on. So you just set up that shipping template so that you set up the shipping template so you're like properly compensated if it goes like too far, basically. For sure. Let's see. How does Amazon sort through the 50 things you send them in one box? Yeah. So that's where you'll need like a software to enter things into Amazon. It just makes it a lot easier when you're shipping like multiple things in a box. So you'll literally just go into the process and it'll be like step 2 of Boxem. You'll say, hey, box 1, it has 5 units of item A, it has 20 units of item B, and another 10 units of item C. That way, when Amazon scans it at the warehouse, they know what's supposed to be in each box, and they can make sure that everything you sent them like actually got there and that kind of thing. Do you primarily do FBM or FBA? I do pretty much all FBA at this point. I'll do FBM for like seasonal opportunities and just like things that I want to turn around really quickly. Like if I think the price might go down, or it's the if the profit is based on it being like a limited time. Let's say I'm selling a product that is related to like a movie that just came out or something like that, like a toy related to a movie. I might FBM that so I don't have to wait like the week or two for it to check in. Otherwise, I'm going to FBA pretty much everything just for scalability purposes. For sure. Let's see. So is a $10 million seller making 1 million if 10% net? Yeah, I mean that assumes that they're making 10% net profit, obviously. Which at like the 8-figure scale is pretty typical. For when people hit 8-figure scale, they're usually as low as like 5% if they're like really just volume focused, or it can be much higher than that, but usually like 8-figure and above, like you're like 10% margin from people I've talked to, who are at 8 figures. Let's see. Best way to find ungated leads. Look at the video I posted like a couple hours ago, soccer. Yeah, I mean, you're on YouTube, so you can just go and look at the most recent video I posted. I'd post a video like just breaking down some auto ungated sourcing, basically. Do you peel the prices off things before selling them? Yeah, especially when it's like much lower than what we're gonna be able to charge for on Amazon. So like this would be an obvious example. This like toy I've been holding, you can see it literally has a clearance sticker on it for $12, and we're definitely gonna sell it for more than $12. So that would be something you would want to peel the sticker off of, or you can literally just get like a blank SKU label and just cover over the old price tag. Let's see. What's up, Abdur? Good, man. Hope you're doing good. Sweet. Let's see. Is there any way to lower inbound shipping costs per pound every time you send a package to FBA? So I mean, the best way to get cheaper shipping is just going to be to make sure your boxes are like as close to 50 pounds as possible. It's also going to be cheaper if you can end up like as you scale, if you do like pallet shipping, that's also cheaper. Yeah. Beyond that, like it's just shipping kind of costs what it costs. We kind of get the best discounted rates as long as you're like loading that stuff up in box. I'm trying to get as close to 50 pounds as possible. That's kind of going to be the best shipping rates you can get. 50 pounds per box, that is. What category has been the most profitable for you? It kind of depends on the time of year. I think like overall profit wise, the most profitable for us this past Christmas or past Q4 Christmas season was probably like clothes and shoes. But margin wise, I think it was makeup this year. So we didn't make, we made more profit overall off of clothes, but there was higher margin on makeup this year from what I saw. Yeah. See, is it easy to make 10K a month profit? I would not say it's easy, but it's very doable. There's a lot of people who are at that stage. Like kind of like a tidbit I was seeing. There's over 100,000 people who sell over $1 million a year on Amazon. So those people are pretty much guaranteed to be making 10K profit a month, or at least very close to it. if you want to break down your goals and like figure out what's reasonable, you for every dollar you spend, or let's say for every $100 you spend, you're probably going to have about $30 in profit generated on that, anywhere from 30 to 40 for like a typical reselling business. So if you want to make 10K profit a month, you've spent probably 30 to 35,000 bucks on inventory the previous month, which obviously is a very overwhelming number for a lot of people. I had nowhere close to that when I started either. So you just kind of you start where you can, and let the snowball, just kind of keep reinvesting that money basically. Let's see. Even if most sellers on a listing are using FBA, it's still possible to make profit with FBM. Yeah, absolutely, Lifon. Yeah, that's definitely true. And sometimes like the FBA warehouse can get backed up. Like you'll see this during like peak demand seasons, like during Christmas, or if you're selling like backpacks during back to school season. Sometimes you can even sell higher than FBA sellers as an FBM offer, just because Amazon's like, we need a break at the warehouse, like somebody else get these shipped to a customer basically. Let's see. Do you cover price tags if the price is more than you sell? Yeah, Dennis. Yeah, we were just talking about that. But yeah, you want to cover the price tag. It's a good way to get like a negative feedback. If you leave a price sticker on there that shows that you paid a lot less than you just charged a customer, even though everyone should fundamentally understand that when you buy something, whoever you bought it from probably paid less. But for some reason, people get all in a panic when it's like other normal people making money. I guess they only want like big billion-dollar companies making money off of like the concept of reselling. Let's see. The bigger the shipment, the cheaper it is. Yeah, in general, Holly. Yeah, like especially once you can get to like at least like a 50+ pound shipment. The real thing is like when you can get every box in your shipment close to 50 pounds, that's where you see the lowest per pound shipping rates. Lately I've seen anywhere from 30 cents a pound on the low end upwards of like $1.20 if you're sending something that's like very large and not very heavy. So let's like, if you're sending a big box, it's it's only 10 pounds, but it's kind of the maximum dimensions and that kind of thing. But yeah, on average you see like 60 cents a pound for shipping. Does it cost a lot to start? It costs what you want it to cost. You need like $1,000 just to make it worth your time, and make it worth like being able to pay back at least like the software recurring expenses and that kind of thing. But the nice part of reselling is you can buy 1 unit or you can buy 1,000 units, like whatever you have the confidence to buy and whatever like looks good on that item basically. So you just hop in the Discord, hope you can figure it out. Yeah, you got this, Zach. Yeah, and for if any of you guys are looking for like a free course, free Discord community, and then there's also like 5 or 6 documents that are like super valuable. There's a free course up in my bio or down below, depending on what platform you're on. Let's see. Can you get products back if they don't sell? How much time? Yeah, you can always like request your stuff back if it doesn't end up selling. Typically, that's not really the issue though. Obviously not everything you buy is going to be profitable. But for the most part, like the point of reselling is that how fast things sell. Obviously, prices might drop and things might change in the market, and you might, lose some money on items. You're going to lose money on some items. That's just how it works. But the point of reselling is like, we know how fast things sell. So at the very least, you should be able to sell it and get some of your money back and that kind of thing. Let's see. You sold something for $40. You got it for $6. Yeah, I would say take the price tag off of that. That's an awesome one. Let's see. People don't understand that 60+% of the sellers on Amazon are third party. Yeah, and that's like sales volume too. It's not just about like sellers. It's yeah, I think it was like 61 or 62% last year of everything that was sold on Amazon was from people like us. So it's like way bigger than a lot of people think. A lot of people think you buy something on Amazon, it went from Amazon, right? And that's why a lot of people are willing to like be a little shady with Amazon too. Let's see. How much would you need to spend to make 4 to 5K a month in profit? Yeah, so just like reverse engineering your goals, like we were talking about, you'll need to spend about 3 times what your profit goal is. So if your profit goal, let's just round it to 5K a month, then you're spending anywhere from 15 to 20,000 bucks a month on products. And that assumes that, it all sells and that kind of thing. So that's why it's probably closer to like the $20,000 range to more or less guarantee that you're making 4 to 5K in profit. Then you just do that on a monthly basis. Let's see. How do you handle FedEx charging more for shipping after a label? They would only do that if you said it was smaller or weighed less than it actually did, and then they weighed it and tried to send you an extra bill. If not, and you have proof that you shipped what you're supposed to, then you can just win that claim. Let's see, you're at 14. You can start FBA. Is it a guaranteed win? So there's no guaranteed wins in life. My 14-year-old friend there, but there are lots of like younger guys and gals who are selling on Amazon. You'll need your parents' help to get signed up, but I like that you're like, you're thinking about, the real world a little bit. A lot of the friends probably locked in on some Fortnite or whatever, whatever's popular right now. But yeah, it's nothing's guaranteed. But if you put in the hard work, like I what I can say is I've never seen someone who's consistently like trying to be part of the community, trying to put in daily effort for a year or more that ends up failing. I just don't see that. But you do see is somebody who tries for a week and they buy one thing and it didn't make them rich instantly and then they go away, right? Like that's what you want to avoid. Just kind of like trying to be a little bit better every day. Let's see. Can you start with small household products on Amazon? Yeah, why not? And you can start with literally any products you want, just as long as you're like allowed to sell them. Just look on the check the listing, make sure the brand isn't selling it, make sure it's not always sold by one seller, and then just make sure you're at least able to apply to sell the brand. Let's see, is YouTube video a step-by-step kind of tutorial? Yeah, Natty. So you can just look up Fields of Profit free course on YouTube. I just posted like it's literally a 5.5 hour long YouTube video that takes you from knowing nothing about Amazon to knowing how to source, get ungated, and even like the boring stuff like doing your taxes as an Amazon seller. It's all in that video, for sure. Let's see, what's profit? Yeah, so I shoot for 10% net margin, like 20% gross margin. Because I pay a team to do all the sourcing. I pay a team to buy all my inventory. I pay a team to ship all my inventory. So it's kind of just overseeing things at this point, making sure stuff's running smooth. But you want to be closer to like 20, sometimes even like 25% gross margin. So you have plenty of room to work with if you want to like start, working less and running a real business out of it. Let's see. How many products do you need to be selling in the 5 to 10K a month range? I mean, you could do that with one product. It could take you 100 products. Like one good product is in like, one decent product that you're reselling will do like 5 or 10K in revenue. Yeah, like it's not about like how many products should I sell. It's how much money can I spend on profitable inventory? Because sometimes one item might be the $10,000 you wanted to spend that month to hit your goal. Sometimes you might have to buy $1,000 of 10 different things to hit your goal, for sure. Yeah, I just answered that question too. Let's see. What's your main category? It depends on time of year, but I would say like consistently, like clothes, shoes, makeup, some vitamins, stuff like that. Let's see. Can you send directly from retailers to Amazon? No, just because they don't. Amazon requires you to like basically prepare your product in specific ways, which a retailer is not going to do. Sometimes you can get wholesalers to do it for you. I've done that. You'll usually have to pay a little bit extra, but yeah, for sure. Let's see. What do you look for in a good prep center? Just like have a conversation with them. Make sure they're like used to sending the things that you want to send in. Make sure they're, see what their turnaround time is. Make sure they don't have any like hidden fees, that kind of thing. Really, you just need to test one out and see how it goes. Let's see. Just if you can't find products, start scanning with SellerAmp. You'll find something. Yeah, exactly. Like the easy way to find something profitable is just like literally go to a retail store and scan stuff. Just because that's your only competition is the other small handful of Amazon sellers that might be in your city. It takes a little more know-how to buy things online. So if you're like really just struggling, you want to see something, like go to a Ross, go to a TJ Maxx, that kind of thing. How easy is it to send stuff into Amazon? It's pretty straightforward, Michael. You'll want to it's a lot easier when you do it on Boxem as well, which is like how you'll like track your profit and analytics and all that kind of stuff as well. For sure. I told you I already answered that question too. It's like 10 to 20% margin depending on the type of business you run. Just looking for a fight today. Let's see. Scan stuff with what scanner? SellerAmp. Let's see. What's changed in 4 years? You're getting back in. I would say biggest change is probably like on the gating front. So there's probably some of your brands that you used to sell back in the day that you can't sell anymore. But then on the flip side, there's also like new brands that are more popular than they were 4 years ago. So there's always like new opportunities popping up and just kind of being willing to adapt, basically. Sweet. Probably a good place to wrap up for the day there, though. Appreciate all you guys kind of tuning in. If you want to see like literally exactly how to start your business, there's a free community, tons of free documents, that kind of thing. The Amazon Launchpad is the free course that you want to hop in. It's up here in my bio or down below, depending on the platform you're on. And yeah, just dive into that, absorb as much free content as possible. You can also check out the free course that I posted on YouTube. So tons of good free resources for you to get going. And I'll see you guys again next time.